Hi, this is Teaching Hebrew, Let's Do It Better. And today what I want to do is introduce you to a variety of ways that you could introduce letters a little more intentionally in a way that helps students retain them in memory perhaps a little bit better. Now, I think that what might happen in a number of classes is that a teacher might say, okay, we're on page 12. This is a Gimel and whatever other letters are introduced on the page, and they go from there. And there's a lot of things on the page that can be distracting. On the other hand, you can, before you do that, say, today we're going to be working on the Gimel. This is what it looks like. And you can ask them generally to tell you about the shape. Is it thin? Is it tall? Is it fat? Does it have, how many lines does it have? And so on. And then what you can do is offer, and I have this for you, I'll give you the link at the end, offer a document that has them look at 7 different fonts of any of the letters. In this case, it's the Gimel, and ask them, so what makes a Gimel a Gimel? And they need to think about, is it a flat line at the top? Can it be bent? How would you do it? And how would you know that it's a Gimel? And I know of at least one teacher who says, and then I have them create their own font of a Gimel, which is an interesting hands-on processy way of doing it. When eventually you get to the Zayin, which can be confused with the Gimel, some kids do that. The question becomes then with the Zayin is what makes the Zayin a Zayin? And do the same thing that you did, introduce the multiple font page to have them figure it out. And then if the Gimel and Zayin might be something they confuse, let them look at both and to figure out, well, what makes a Zayin and what makes a Gimel, and how will I remember the two? And this is, again, not you telling them this. This is them figuring it out along the way. Now, I want to share with you a resource that's not going to look like it's a letter resource, but it is. So we have this on Teaching Hebrew Vowel Signs, and there are lots of games in here for ways that you can help students remember the vowel signs and especially their names. And those games can be easily applied to the teaching of letters. We just don't have a separate resource on that. I will give you the link to this. Everything we have is a free download. Think about how you can help students process and fire up their brains as they're learning letters, and enjoy teaching Hebrew.